All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Excited to get a chance to open it up today for another great AMA at GollumsGems, and I'm glad to see so many jump on with us as we welcome the team from Pension Token on to chat about their upcoming, very unique passive income project that's set some fair parameters around their protocol for sustained growth and bringing a lot of value up front that we'll uncover very shortly. But first, I got to announce the massive opportunity in store for everyone tuning in today, with $300 going out to 3 lucky random listeners at $100 each. But on top of it, 10 whitelist spots going out for their upcoming pre-sale, split up between 5 tier 1s and 5 tier 2s, as well as a golden ticket reserved for the best question asked at the end of this segment, which you can cash in for any whitelist opportunity posted. And don't forget, qualifying is super easy. All you have to do is be a member of @Pension Token, @GollumsGems, and @GollumsGems Reviews, and you are now in it to win it. And as always, guys, feel free to send in those questions via direct message, and I'll do my best to ask them on your behalf. If you can't jump on voice chat with us, Pension Token in the building. OB and Moon Avenger are going to be joining us, guys. Let me get you unmuted. Moon Avenger, I see you right there. Let's see. OB, if you're in the building with us, feel free to throw your hand up. I'll get you unmuted right away. Oh, OB, I see you right there. Perfect. I got you both unmuted. Welcome, guys.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here.
Hello, everybody.
Perfect. Everybody's working perfect. Welcome, guys. Super excited to chat about this one. We haven't had a really passive income project for a little bit now, so this will want to be a fun. Pension.financial, if you want to tag along with us and get some details as we're walking through it. But it looks like this has been a project in the making for quite some time. CERTIC audit, KYC in hand, pretty unique protocol, giving investors a couple of options to earn a healthy passive income. Tell me a little bit about this, guys. This is a little bit about the team behind it and how this whole thing came together.
So, pension itself is a long-term project. So we are not here for short-term. We are here to stay. We are building the contract for the idea itself for about 8 months now. The coding of the contract took about 4 months to 5 months. And we are in the CERTIC audit now since end of July, I think. Yeah, end of July. I need to check the CERTIC page. So it's quite a long time now, but it's not a standard contract. So we have 2 different contracts that are linked to each other, and it's pretty unique. So, yeah.
And that was like right in the height of the passive income boom. Like it felt like in the spring, right? This is when we saw a ton of different or some of the bigger protocols coming out, being introduced to the market for the first time, and people loving them. And you guys identified a lot of the pitfalls that they face, as time progressed and people started to see the vulnerabilities and whatnot. But before we get into the protocol itself, tell me a little bit about the core team behind this one and the experience that you guys have on your side.
So the core team consists of 4 members. It's OB, it's our dev Ansphere. Sir Tris is also a member that did the contract. Safu dev Sir Tris, and me for the marketing and some homepage related stuff and putting the pieces together. So yeah. We are in crypto for ourselves for a few years now, have done another big project in November last year, raising 777 BNB in a pre-sale, was a jackpot token. And yeah, so we thought when we looked at the hype for compound tokens, GL protocols, we identified most of the issues, or the main issues, and the main issue is the sustainability. And then we started working on a project that erases this issue in the long term.
Yeah, most definitely. And quite a unique way, too. I mean, a lot of the notable protocols face that clearly unsustainable yield aspect of it, these crazy high numbers, and everybody began realizing, this is the charts all kind of turn out the same, and or they have the burden of too much restriction on the profitability, like you guys outlined as well. Tell us how you found a happy medium. I guess if you were to explain the core of the protocol, how would you do it?
So OB, you want to explain it? OB is lost. Okay, so
sorry, I was just going to say, OB, you might have to hit the mute button once and then hit it again, because when that mic freezes up, that usually means that they think that they're unmuted. I mean, it may not be the case, though.
So elsewhere, I will just hop into it and explain our project and how the project works. So after you bought the token, we have two different options. You can manage everything regarding the token in our self-developed dashboard. We got a compound plan and we got a reward plan. Instead of the compound plan is like Titano, Libero, Safu, like all the other yield compound token, where you just receive new token each day and you compound it over time. And then we have the reward plan, which gives you 2% of the token that are put into this plan are directly sent to your wallet, and you can claim them in different crypto assets like BTC, Ethereum, DAI, WBNB. So, but you can freely choose. So if you have, for example, 100 token, you can put 68 on the compound plan and 32 on the reward plan. So you are not limited to put everything on compound or everything on reward, or just 25, 50, or 75%. So you are completely free to do what you want with your token. So the reward plan is something we saw in projects like RoyalPay, for example, but RoyalPay had the issue that you could only sell 2% of your token per day. So ours, and you had to sell it, else you couldn't sell it the next day. So in our project, it's all happening automatically. So even if you don't touch your the dashboard within 1 year or 2 years, you will still receive your token, and you are the only one that is liable to collect them from the dashboard. So nobody else gets access to it. And 2% will always be 2%.
So when I choose like the rewards, for instance, when you say 2%, I'm making 2% on my money invested in terms of the tokens involved, right? Or is this getting fed off of? It's not related to transaction tax, right? That's the big part of it.
Yeah, it's not related. It's not related to transaction tax, and it's also not related to volume. So we develop a system that is absolutely not based on volume. So you always receive your 2%. The contract sells 2% against the liquidity each day on your behalf, on the liquidity that keeps growing in the background. So we have the law of average. We set in the law of average, we have 2%. Law of average says we have 1% staked in the reward and 1% staked in the compound plan. That means in numbers, for example, if we have 100 BNB, we need 1 BNB buys in 24 hours to keep it sustainable. So 1% of the liquidity will dump automatically each day. And this is what keeps the liquidity growing.
Interesting stuff. I mean, it's an interesting concept. Obviously, giving people the flexibility is huge. As we're talking through it, one question that popped in my head is: do people have the option to pick and choose and then change their choice too? Can they do this on a daily basis and however many times they want to? Is there a limit?
You can change it every 2 minutes or every minute if you like to, if you want to pay the gas each time and wait for it. It doesn't matter, because when you change the plan, the rewards are automatically collected. So rebase is every 30 minutes to generate the reward and the compound, and then you automatically receive your token, in this case in BUSD, when you choose the plan. So it's being emptied, and then you can choose, then you can switch between the plans like you want to.
I like it. All right, let's talk about the tokenomics, how you're setting this thing up a little bit. You know, in terms of, I guess, the taxes, there is going to be taxes, and then there's also going to be an emergency exit aspect of this too. Maybe we could segue over into that part.
Yes, sure. So unlike other protocols where you are limited to selling 1 or 2 or 5% per day, we made this emergency exit. I saw it first on, I think it was on Libero. They charge 9 Libero Bank, where you lock your token between 1 week and 4 years, and they charge 90% of your whole token supply. So this is redistributed in BUSD to the holders and stuff like that. I tried it, and I don't want to speak about it, what came out in the end. So yeah, our emergency is different. Our emergency, that's the reason why everything in our token is just relying on the dashboard. So you can buy on KuCoin, but the way to sell the token is only through the dashboard. We need to say it clearly, because else people will say, I didn't know, and it's a honeypot. No, it's no honeypot. The system is sustainable because of the emergency exit. So the second you go to the emergency exit, it instantly removes all token from your compound plan and every token from your reward plan, and sells 100%. Those are being taxed 50%. You will receive 50%, and then 45 of those go in the same transaction, in the same block, go straight back to the liquidity, plus an additional 3% of LP fare, LP tax.
I like that. So in terms of, you know, have you gotten any feedback? Does the community, I guess that's the community you foster, right? If everybody kind of understands the parameters, then you're good to go. But, you know, when it comes to, I guess, selling people on the point of the 50% emergency exit, do you think you guys will have any issues with it?
Pardon?
When it comes to, I guess, the 50% emergency exit, do you guys think that you'll have any issues, you know, with potential investors that are really looking for, I guess, that freedom with it? Do you think that you'll face any issues with that?
Yeah, some say, okay, it's too much. That's okay. So 50% is quite a lot, but it makes the whole thing sustainable in the end. It's mostly for the early members that made a lot of access, and we are not aiming for short-term profits like I mentioned before. So it's more that you stake your token in the reward plan and receive your pension each day. So someday we will reach the balance point where we have, like I said, where we have 1,000 BNB, for example, on buys and 10 BNB on sells. So this will become quite even in the end. And yeah, so yeah, some people won't understand.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No worries.
No, I mean, I know that some people won't understand, and I happen to note you had a strategy. A big part of the strategy, I saw it noted a couple of times in the white paper, was giving people the accessibility to it, making them giving them the option to buy in essentially with the credit card or debit card or something along those lines. You know, it looks like it's going to be a big part of the strategy with you guys. Walk me through that.
Yeah, so we also want to involve people or get investors from outside crypto, because most of the people don't use crypto at all. So we want to provide a way for other people that are not insiders to get into the project and earn money with it over time. So I just gave the job to someone for creating a tutorial video how pension works exactly, so so everybody can see it up front, very easy explained in detail how it works, how the liquidity works, how the emergency exit works, how the buyback works after the emergency exit. So this is the main, getting back to the buyback, this is the main part that makes it sustainable in the end, because the investor exits the project, pays his emergency fee, and it's injected again into the token. It's directly, instantly burned, and also there's in the law of average 1% less of sales each day. So we have a two-sided win in this situation. We have the liquidity injection, and we have 1% less sales.
Well, I did want to highlight that too. That was a cool function that I saw in the contract. You know, how it buys it back up 50% with those taxes. It's a really cool, unique aspect of that. So I guess when we talk about since we're on the topic of the marketing and whatnot, the first phase seems pretty typical things that we'd see in the space, the effective stuff. Do you kind of want to walk us through the approach since the private sale?
The approach since the private sale. So we can start at the seed sale if you want to. So we had a seed sale up front about 5 to 6 months ago. This was mostly friends and family and some early members in our Telegram that really liked the project and believed in it. So we said we cannot give much details about the project to avoid copycats. So we didn't spread anything that goes deeper into the code. And then we used the complete money from the seed sale for a CERTIC audit, which is, like I said, still in delivery. Should have been finished quite some days ago, but we are still waiting. So anyway, and then so we said we want to wait till the CERTIC audit is finished, but now we decided, okay, whether or not we have to start, because people are getting eager to move on in this. So we started speaking to Gempad in April this year about hosting our pre-sale on Gempad. And then about 2 weeks ago, I think, so we came into another talk that we are ready now, and spoke about getting the alpha tier on Gempad. So then we had a talk with the alphas from Gempad channel about our project, and here we are now.
When it comes to that alpha tier, what are some criteria that you guys had to meet to get that?
What do you mean? What we had to meet? So this is always project based. We had long conversations with the guys from Gempad, really nice people. The chemist is okay between us, and so also we got Sir Tris as contract dev, who's really happy with the CERTIC initial report. And so
Perfect. No, I mean, I was just keen on if there was any special things or things that you guys had to do from the project side to get that alpha tier. I didn't know if you wanted to say this is the criteria, we met it all, and that's why they ended up giving us that. But I think you did a good job with the CERTIC audit. Obviously the team experience that you guys have, really cool stuff. So when it comes down to, I guess, this going live, or maybe some key dates? What are you guys thinking in terms of the pre-sale and when people can expect it?
So in regards of the alpha tier, we showed them the idea. So they were the first to know it and the mechanism behind it, etc. And they loved it. So they gave us alpha tier on this. Regarding the official pre-sale, so we wanted to schedule it for the 30th of September, end of this month. But the tutorial video we just gave in creation will take some days. So we were not completely sure if we can do it until this date, and it doesn't make any sense when we release a tutorial video and 5 minutes later the pre-sale starts. So many people do not understand what it is about, how it works, the emergency exit, reward plan, compound plan. So we said, okay, we will delay it by 3 days. We normally wanted to do the 2nd of October, but this is Thanksgiving, as I just mentioned. So we said, okay, we will do it on the 3rd. And this will be our pre-sale date, the 3rd of October.
Very good. All right, perfect. I know it's always hard to find that like perfect timing, right? It's like you wanna fit it at the best time possible. Obviously, it's a big moment, it's a big milestone for the project. So I certainly understand trying to time it right.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. So we collected 70 BNB in the private pre-sale, 80 BNB in the private pre-sale. This is meant 100% for a massive marketing campaign. So you are from GollumsGems, you are the kickoff now. And in the next days, we will do an AMA round. We will have different callers. We will do Twitter, TikTok, YouTube advertisement. So yeah, we got plenty of stuff to do.
Of course. I mean, there's going to be a never-ending quest to get, obviously new people into the ecosystem. I mean, when I look at it, where do you think the current meta is on just a more like, I guess not in direct relation to the project, but for passive income projects, do you feel like that they're going to get that second run that they did kind of in the spring? Do you feel like it never died? What's your pulse on the passive income market right now?
I got mixed feelings. If I take a look at, let's say it honest, 99% of the projects, they are dead. Look at Safu, for example. They started at $19, I think, went much higher. No, I saw $2 and some cents last day. Libero, same thing. Titano didn't watch anymore. So they are not sustainable. That's the problem in the end. So people throw in money and have high taxes. They don't receive anything in exchange for. And so this is I think this is why we will succeed in this category. So we are the first that doing it differently, completely differently than the others, and I think that might be a good push again. So the idea of the passive income and of those compound protocols is awesome. Also, because it's not a pump and dump, because a pump and dump is not possible in these. So either you want to stay, or you should better stay away, because you need to do some access to get out again.
Do remember that in these passive income projects, referrals, things of that nature were really big in them. They were a huge part of some of these projects' success. Do you guys have any plans to add like a referral feature, anything along those lines in the future?
I didn't get it. Sorry.
I said one thing I noticed when we, all these passive income projects were coming out is that, the referral side of things was big. Do you guys have any future plans for the referral side?
For the referral side, not now. I thought about it for a short moment, but I put it aside then. We are here for long term, so we can improve it in many different ways. So the only thing I didn't mention, I just need to mention. So we also disable transfers between wallets in this. So this is also in addition to the emergency exit.
So some of those same, yeah, okay, perfect, perfect. I mean, is there anything I'm looking through? You know, I guess going back, one question I did have is obviously there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve if you're focusing your marketing efforts on going after people who may not be as familiar, people that you know, need the accessibility of buying with a credit card and whatnot. Um, with that, do you guys plan on teaching them further or incorporating more of that education element? Because, you know, what I could imagine is after week 1, week 2, week 3, they're going to have a lot of questions. So when it comes to getting that content out, is that a priority for the team?
Yeah, everybody can come in, ask questions. So that's why we are doing the tutorial videos, how it works, improving the homepage, writing FAQs, and yeah, so we listen to our community if there are any questions or anything we need to adjust, and then we do it and answer questions. So that's our job in the end. It's not like we put it in we deploy it, we run the pre-sale, add liquidity, and then we are out of jobs.
Very good. I guess the last thing I have on there is just, I guess, where do you target these people that are, if you're getting this entirely new audience, right? The people, you know, just your standard non-crypto person, you're getting these people in. Where are you finding them at? What's the strategy from the team?
Yeah, there are many different ways, as you know. Maybe billboards. We can do normal ads in related platforms. We can do ads in non-related online platforms. There's plenty of stuff to do when you really want to reach people that are not into crypto or actually.
You know, as I'm going through, you know, talk to me a little bit about the roadmap before I toss it over to the community. I did want to hear a little bit, or give you a platform at least to tell us about the future plans, any sort of revenue generators, anything that you guys are planning on building into the ecosystem at a you know, later date.
Not right now. So we will have a conversation about this shortly. We want to get it on the road for first, and then we go for the improvement. So we want to be sure that everything is working 100%, and then we can go for the next before we spin our minds on the next project and next and next and next, and forget about what we are doing right now.
It's easy to do, right? It's easy. It's easy to do for sure. So you
Yeah,
got to get that. Yeah.
so we are really committed to this idea. That's why we spent the last since January on this, and not deploying like 20 coins in the meantime, and doing something new every 2 weeks. So yeah, that's something we want to develop together with our community. So we also had a few changes for example, for the hard cap for the private presale. The community said it's too high, and yeah, so we improve it together with the community.
Now, are they gonna have a big say into what does get built in the future, or just how the project moves? Are you like how are you going to incorporate the community's, you know, advice or ideas or things of that nature?
We want to include a DAO, so we can directly vote about it.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to toss it. I mean, I'm going to give you the floor one more time. If there's anything else you wanted to know, I'm going through, I guess, all my notes here, and I'm thinking we covered just about everything on my side. Anything that we missed that you want to touch on?
I don't think so. So just one last thing. So our system is built that way that it's not a Ponzi, that the person that puts money in last is the one that loses the most. So when we reach the chart reached the balance point, then it doesn't matter if you bought in on 10th day or on day 200. So you will always receive the same because of the ever-growing liquidity.
I mean, it's super, like these functions are definitely very innovative. And I think it kind of answers the first question, but I'm still going to give it over to you in case you want to put it in your own words. This one came from Jello. He said, can they further expound on the details with how they solved the high APY auto staking issue? Maybe if you could round that out one more time. I know we have people that jump in and out of these AMAs all throughout. So maybe you can walk us through the basics of how you solve that.
Yes, sure. So the one point is the ever-growing liquidity. So the liquidity grows exponential while the tokens grow. One second. The liquidity grows linear while the tokens grow exponential, that way around. So normally it's like that. When the rebase happens, you have the double amount of token, but they are worth half of it. So this is causing whales in the end, which can dump the shard after some time, and then the project is dead. So we try to avoid this with the buyback and the injection into liquidity.
So Mr. Mo had a little deeper on that same subject. I think he says if it relies on the liquidity and the health of the liquidity is basically driven by the volume. Is there going to be any worry of sustainability if there's a need for a constant source of to fight constant sources of sell pressure, or the volume is a little bit lower? Obviously, the 3% going to liquidity will be small, and for the sustainability long term of it. Are you guys able to, I guess, adjust the numbers to make them more flexible and more sustainable? If you guys hit the ground and you're like, wait, we need to move some things around, can you guys adjust things on the fly? Do you have that flexibility?
Yeah, but we give some sort of insurance that you won't wake up and have 50% loss on your value. Because of the emergency exit, so 45% go directly back to the chart as a buyback, which strengthens the liquidity. And we have the law of average from the 1% that only 1% of sells on rewards each day.
It's an interesting. I'm excited to watch it live. I'm just excited to watch, the trading on it, the sentiment around it. Do you guys feel that you have what it takes to be, I guess, a pioneer in an entirely new protocol that everybody else is forking? Do you think that you have the differentiators that really identify yourself as a new player?
I hope so.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're cool. It's definitely unique. It's got a lot of unique elements about it, and so it's going to be very interesting watching it live. I'm just interested to see how the sentiment is around these passive income projects, because it feels like it's been a long time since we've had one, right?
Yeah, it's quite a long time. So at least one that lives longer than a week or 2 weeks. So we have a pretty complex contract, or two pretty complex contracts, but they are not exploitable because they are on the other hand they are cut down to the basics, so we don't have anything that's not needed or that's making it vulnerable or something. So we thought about everything, every option, every possibility to rig this system or make it fail or something, and we didn't find anything to exploit it or to cheat the system. That's why we also do the instant sell of 100% of the token and don't allow to transfer between wallets. So if someone wants to invest, please choose carefully which wallet to buy with, because the token cannot be transferred. But it's the same like Royal Pay, for example, or Libero Bank.
I like it. Muyu came in with a question. So if I did have a question about, can people buy the token and just hold the token in their wallet, or do they have to associate it with one of the two plans?
No, it's instantly on the compound plan. So you receive more each rebase. And then you have to switch it to the, if you want to switch it to the reward plan, you can do it in our dApp, but we will also provide a custom ABI for people that don't want to connect to our dApp and just want to use BSC scan. So we will provide a custom ABI, but then we need to, then I guess we will just restrict it to getting BUSD rewards as the liquidity is paired with BUSD in the end for the main token. So I can also explain why we did it with BUSD and not with BNB, because when you have the reward plan for the 2% and imagine BNB dumps by 50%, then you have only half of the value each time. So we said we will take the BUSD, which is hopefully constant and stable in the long term, not like some other stable coins.
Very good. Let me see here. Any plans? I did have a question from Gabanga come through about plans for a mobile app. Did you guys know anything about that?
Yes, that's being in development next. So we finished the last details on the dApp before we release it, and then we go for the mobile app. So you can do everything on your mobile in a specified app. So I can also get back to the sustainability if you want to demonstrate it. So
I'd love that, because I have about sustainability aspects. So yeah, please feel free just to hammer it home. Tell us about the sustainability.
So, for example, if a buyer buys and we have a liquidity of 1,000 BNB, and no one is buying for 50 days, after 50 days we will have a liquidity of around 605 BNB still left.
Interesting stuff. Now, is that factored based on the expected pre-sale raise and everything when that goes live? Also, have you guys decided what the hard cap's going to be? I don't know if we got that info.
Yeah, we have a soft cap of 50,000 BUSD and a hard cap of 100,000 BUSD. So we didn't want to start too high in market cap to give some space to leave some space open and make bigger movements at launch. And yeah.
Very good. Last Kimpachi, feel free to throw your question out there.
Thank you, General. Hi there, Avenger.
Hi.
Since you are making a relation to Royal Pay a bit, I'll ask something that was issue with Royal Pay at the beginning as well. They also went for Certic, right? And there was an issue in the contract. I'm making this connection because you're also going for Certic, and it is not yet out yet. So I believe projects are doing audit with Certic just for marketing in a way. So you are going with Certress as a developer, but still they could be with a contract, right? So before the pre-sale and everything, would you consider doing another small audit from somebody else, so that at least you can find out if there is an issue in the contract, instead of just relying on it might not happen till the launch, in a way.
Yeah, we also thought about something like that, to have a second opinion on our contract. So CertTris is a safe or a security developer. So I never heard of any contract of him that has been exploited or hacked. And he did much more complicated contracts than this. But still, we considered doing another audit to find possible things. But truly, I don't think there will be any issues in it, because like I said, it's complex, but we cut it down to the main parts and to the major parts we need, and left out everything that could be interfering with anything else. And yeah. So I think we are pretty good to go, or we are good to go in this, and I'm not afraid to be exploited.
That is something I was looking for. Saying that Certic also might have issues, as we have seen before. Even with Certic, audit contracts have issues. So it's always good to have multiple audits for such a big, high-skill project like yourself. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah, so we also have a re-entry guard. So he thought of everything that could happen, and yeah. So like I said, we are really considering doing another audit, a smaller one that goes much faster, and so yeah.
Thank you for the question, Last Kimpachi. Alibi Rachel, I got you unmuted if you want to throw yours over.
Oh, hello, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your opening. Okay, so I actually want to talk about your APY and how you're going to run it. So actually, the fact that you guys should be, giving out, the reward, the approximate of the reward is 137 million plus. Then that is actually very good. But what are your plans to, deliberate expansion? As we believe that the value of this project, due to the numbers, is deemed to get super massive with time. So your deliberate plan for expansion.
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
Okay, I'm actually trying to, your reward, the approximate of your reward is actually very okay. But then I'm trying to ask your deliberate plan to, expand this in order, because this, how can I be definitely, since you guys are looking into long-term projects, definitely it means you guys will be working on, how to, get more people, and people will definitely come in. So when people come in and this is actually getting huge, then how will you expand when it comes to the token and some other things? Do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah, so what I didn't mention by now, if you, for example, enter the project directly at launch and you hold your token in the reward plane and it does a 10x, you will have 20%, 10x of the 2%. So you will have 20% of rewards per day. It's always in relation to the liquidity from the time you entered.
Okay. And what if
so you're not stuck on 2% when the price rises and the liquidity rises.
Okay, sorry, you're saying the percentage will actually rise along with it.
Yeah, the rewards will rise along with the liquidity.
Okay. And you think when this thing is actually becoming bigger and bigger, your tokenomics will actually be enough to call, to get, to serve everybody.
Yeah, this will work. So like I explained before, we will have the growing liquidity or ever growing liquidity. And sometime you reach the balance point when it's huge enough, and then you have you need to consider also about we say for the law of average, we say the other 1% that makes the 2% are people we didn't factor before, like people losing their wallets, emergency exits. I don't know whatever will happen that somebody just doesn't get his rewards, doesn't do anything with the project anymore, leaves crypto. I don't know. So we didn't consider those in the but they are yeah, the other percent.
Okay. So okay. Lastly, we actually like to touch on the volume. So let's assume that because of the reward, it's most likely that a lot of people, I mean, especially the whales, and a whole lot of people might decide not to just sell. I mean, keep their token just to keep on getting the reward. So now, if this is actually happening, how will you be able to like fund, get the daily volume to fund the rewards that will be distributed to people? Especially when you know that you will be distributing this like 48 times or a time a day, but most times 48 times a day.
So, for example, Titano, Titano, the one of the first high compound projects. They, without the insurance that the liquidity rises, like I explained before, they lasted for 6 months. So
Okay.
we are not. In my first sentences, I mentioned we are not volume based. So it doesn't matter if people are buying, selling, or something. So we are not volume based in providing the or in distributing the rewards. So the rewards are automatically sold against the liquidity, and then
And that's like
put into your wallet to claim, and you can then claim in the given reward token. So we thought about putting an own token in, or an own choosable token, but I'm not quite sure because we need to do more excessive testing on this. If what happens if somebody buys a honeypot, for example, if the normally it shouldn't do anything bad because the contract sells to your wallet and not to our contract. But we need to check things like this upfront.
Yeah, okay. You need to check it. All right, thank you.
Okay,
Mr.
thank
John.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it. P.O., I have you unmuted. P.O.
Hi everyone, thanks for the opportunity.
We can barely hear you, P.O. If you wanted to turn your mic up a little bit.
Okay. You can hear me clearly now, sir?
Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay. I just have a simple question for you, sir.
Yes.
Can you explain that fence that only exists in your project, or what your project offer to make people interesting to investing or joining to your project? That's it, sir.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So we are sustainable in the long term. So it's basically passive income forever, like I explained a few times before. It's not like it's dumping. It can dump for sure, but it's not like it will dump instantly, and you receive. Hello?
Just got you back. You were, and I agree. Obviously, there's a lot of key differentiators and value adds that we've talked about, the whole time. So what I would say is definitely PO. Make sure you check out the recording of this, or hop in there and check out the website if you want like a deeper understanding, I guess, of the base of the protocol. I'm sitting here going through a little bit more of the questions that I'm getting. Let's see here. So Ash came in. Any fear from the team with the current volatility in the market? Maybe you guys can speak to that a little bit.
No, because like I said, it's based on the liquidity, on the not on the volume. We are paired with BUSD, so we are independent from BNB dumps, BNB moons, whatever. So as long as BUSD stays pegged, a dollar will be a dollar and not 50 cent or 10 cent or 90 cent. So no, I don't think. And also with the emergency tax, with the buyback, no, I'm sure we are not slaves of volatility in the end.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think he was leaning more. I kind of paraphrased the question, but more so along the lines of when the volume on chain. I should have specified that a little bit more. I think he was talking about like on chain trading more so than the project specifically. Let me see here. Crypto King of Africa. I saw you had your hand up. You messaged me. Feel free to throw your question out there.
Thank you so much, General. I've been TG banned for a while, so I can't quite get my questions over to you. Great project you've got here.
Thank you.
Just a question about the emergency exit. I went through your white paper, and
Yes.
nice. It's quite a nice step you're taking towards protecting the chart on
Yes.
massive scale. Very, very good. However, don't you think this would restrict the number of big buys into the project? Because if it's definitely a space where people just want to make money in the end. So what's the contingency plan to provide an advantage to big wallets that would want to aim into this project? So that's number one. And then number two, I just want to be quick. Number two, what is are there like what's the word now? Are there like what's the to-do list for your project? What do you hope to achieve in the next 1 week, in the next 1 month? Okay, let's just say in the next 1 month. What is that thing that you're sure that, we would have done this, we would have gotten this? I saw a table on your white list I went through, but I would love to hear from you personally. What would you say you would have achieved in the next 1 month from now? Thank you.
So for the first question about the getting bigger buys inside, etc. So yeah, everybody's aiming for 100x, 1000x, but to be honest, like 3, 4, 5, 6 persons per project will ever gain this profit, because it's not possible for everyone to get a 100x. So everybody, even big bags, can earn money with it, even with the 50% tax. The emergency exit and the high tax in the end is to protect the holders. So other projects just restrict, or like take a BNB miner, for example, where you get 3% of rewards a day, but you never get your money back out again because you cannot exit. So we said we give the chance to exit, but without hurting the chart too much and protecting our holders in the end. So on the other question about what we want to achieve in 1 week, in 1 month, in one week, we want to have a stabilized chart, which is growing, and the same in 1 month. So we will spend the next 10 days till the pre-sale on intense marketing, getting the word out for the tokens. So we didn't, to be clear, till today, we just did a little, very, very little amount of marketing, not because we were afraid or something. We didn't want to spread the idea too far before the CERTIC audit is out, and we didn't want to have a dead channel or something where people are waiting for months, or botted channels or something like that. So we wanted to have active people, real people in the channel. And so we are building the community, and we are working towards a stable and growing chart within the next month.
Thank you very much. Just one more thing.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
From your perspective, compound plan or the reward plan, what would you suggest?
I would start with the compound plan for a few days and then switch over to the reward plan. So you will have, using the we have a chart within the white paper. You can check. My colleague just wrote me. He would suggest 50-50. Yeah, I would go for the compound on the first 2 days or something like that, and then switch over to the reward, or like he said, 50-50.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, General.
Thank you.
It was nice hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Good questions, good answers by Moon as well. I'm going through it. I'm seeing some of the topics that we've discussed a couple of times. A lot of it about the future roadmap and sustainability. And so, again, I encourage everybody, just like you guys did, go check out the white paper. There's some more details in there, in terms of the future planning and whatnot. If you were to name something that you're the most excited for post-launch, guys, and this is typically like how we get a little bit of vision out of a team sometimes. Post-launch, the first month or so, what do you think, the biggest milestones are going to be for the project?
Stability. So stable chart and growing community. So we got plenty of stuff to do to reach it from now.
In terms of getting the liquidity to a certain point, do you guys have metrics in your mind in terms of where you want to be based on a successful pre-sale fill, everything going right, launch goes good, everything like that? Do you guys have a certain idea in mind? And I guess, does that change the structure of the protocol? If you guys get way ahead of schedule and have this very, very healthy liquidity, does that change how the project structure is all?
I didn't get the question. Sorry, there was a gap in it.
Oh, apologies. It may have been my connection here, but I said if you guys have better than expected success off of launch, let's say that all the things go right, pre-sale goes well, you have a ton of buying pressure. Does it change any dynamic of the project in terms of the rewards or anything like that if you get this massive liquidity pool, or is it sustainable at any point that this thing takes it to?
Good question. So first of all, we would need to calculate everything. So this is mainly based on math. And then after calculation, I think we would adjust, or we would let the community vote about the adjustments. So like I said, we are thinking about implementing a DAO and getting those things discussed by the community and voted by the community.
Like it, guys. Still going through. I'm doing any sort of last rounds. It looks like we've talked about just about everything in terms of the questions that are coming in, but I did want to give you guys the floor. If you guys wanted to note anything as we've been chatting from the community questions and whatnot, maybe something spurred in your mind, feel free to close this out for the day. For everybody that's listening in, pension.financial @pension_token. It's in the latest GollumsGems post. If you want to do a little bit more DD, obviously there's still plenty of time, but guys, I wanted to give you the floor to close this out for the day. Please feel free to share anything that you want.
Not from my side right now. So if there are any questions left, we can have one or two more. if you want. And then if there are any more questions, just step over to our channel and ask everything you want to, challenge us, and yeah, make the best of it.
I like it. Make sure you head over into their Telegram group, guys, one more time, at Pension Token. And visit their website as well, pension.financial, if you want to get some more inside details, and obviously stay up to date on their socials for when they're dropping their pre-sale link. Again, alpha tier on GymPad. So lots of value going into this CERTIC audit up front, tons of things to research and look at. But, I want to send everybody over your way, Moon Adventure. So I don't know if you guys want to open up the voice chat. Maybe they can tune into the next AMA that you guys are doing. But thank you so much for coming in and spending the time. Awesome project, very unique. And I like to see a new contender in the passive income field because there is a gap for it. There's definitely a need for it. And I appreciate you sharing it with us.
Thank you for giving us the chance to be here. And I'm looking forward to see everybody over in our channel and have a discussion, some questions, and have a great pre-sale on the 3rd of October. We will start games in our Telegram by tonight, where you can win Tier 1 and Tier 2 pre-sale whitelist spots. We will also have a Gleam competition running. And yeah, just step by, say hello.
One more time, pension.financial. For everybody that's been listening in, that does it for today's show. Absolutely love the thought and preparation that went into this project being built for so long. And I appreciate Moon Avenger making it very easy to understand. And I'm very interested in watching this one as it brings some unique elements to the passive income field, as well as the good aspects that investors seem to like and made them successful. Once again, guys, excited to watch the team leverage their experience in the space, as well as the continued growth and unique contract mechanisms supporting the price of the token. Make sure you hop in, take advantage of all these community opportunities, the giveaways, the whitelist opportunities, all of that fun stuff in their Telegram group. One more time, at Pension Token. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us today. And until next time, have a great day.
Thank you, General. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Take care.